Fact number 1. In space, no one can hear you scream, but they may be able to hear a black hole. NASA's Exoplanets Twitter account unveiled audio where listeners can hear what a black hole from 200 million light years away sounds like to the human ear. The space agency also used the tweet to address the widely misunderstood notion that there is no sound among the stars. The misconception that there is no sound in space originates because most space is a vacuum providing no way for sound waves to travel, they wrote. A galaxy cluster has so much gas that we've picked up actual sound. Here it's amplified and mixed with other data to hear a black hole. They excitedly tweeted alongside a video clip of said hole moaning and groaning. The account is run by a team of scientists investigating exoplanets or planetary orbs found outside of our solar system. The cluster featured in the video is called Perseus, and the finding was initially released in May in honor of NASA's Black Hole Week. NASA's Chandra X-ray Observatory discovered the data. Astronomers discovered that pressure waves sent out by the black hole caused ripples in the cluster's hot gas that could be translated into a note one that humans cannot hear some 57 octaves below middle C. They noted about the black hole at the time. Astronaut Nicole Aunapuman will join NASA's SpaceX Crew 5 mission as the Dragon spacecraft commander, for which she will be responsible for all stages of flight. It's very exciting, she told Indian Country Today recently about becoming the first indigenous woman to explore the galaxy. I think it's important that we communicate this to our community so those other native kids, if they thought maybe that this was not a possibility, or to realize that some of those barriers that used to be there are starting to get broken down, she added. Fact number 2. On 13 September 2012, the World Meteorological Organization disqualified the record for the highest recorded temperature, exactly 90 years after it had been established at El Azizia, Libya, with a measurement of 58 degrees C. The official highest recorded temperature is 56.7 degree, 134 degree, measured on 10th July 1913 at Greenland Ranch, Death Valley, California, USA. As a result of an investigation in 2012, the WMO concluded that the El Azizia record measurement could be inaccurate by as much as 7 degrees, due to a combination of factors including the asphalt-like surface over which the measurement was taken, which is not a fair representation of the native desert soil. Fact number 3. Space debris has become a huge problem. Their accumulation in Earth's orbit has become a hindrance and can endanger future missions to the Moon or Mars, according to the chief of a company trying to solve the issue. A surge in aggressive space ventures in recent years has seen a build-up of space junk, and they are set to grow exponentially. Nobu Okada, founder and CEO of Astroscale, told CNBC at the World Economic Forum's annual meeting of the new champions in Tianjin, China. Over the last 5 to 7 years, we saw about 2,000 space ventures worldwide. Their plans are so aggressive. They're going to launch 10,000 to 20,000 satellites. Over the next 5 to 10 years, he said, we see the exponential growth of objects in space. More than 500,000 pieces of junk floating around Earth's orbit, including defunct satellites, rocket boosters, nuts and bolts of which pose a substantial threat to astronauts and spacecraft, according to the U.S. space agency NASA. The European Space Agency said that as of January 2018, there are about 29,000 objects larger than 10 centimeters around, 750,000 objects ranging from 1 centimeters to 10 centimeters, and about 166 million objects between 1 millimeter to 1 centimeters in size. Fact number 4. When the Apollo astronauts walked on the moon's surface, they left behind footprints that will remain there for a very long time. From past studies of moon rocks collected by astronauts during the Apollo missions, researchers have learned that the rocks erode at a rate of about 0.04 inches every 1 million years. In human terms, it may seem like forever, but in geologic terms, probably there will be no traces of the Apollo exploration in, let's say, 10 to 100 million years. Mark Robinson, an Arizona State University scientist, said, The eventual disappearance of human traces on the moon could be an incentive to protect the sites, somehow where the Apollo astronauts landed and explored. The moon doesn't have an atmosphere, so that makes it such that features seem more permanent, because you don't have erosion either by wind or water to make those features disappear as quickly as they would on Earth, said Robert Perlman, an expert on space history and collectibles and editor of CollectSpace.com, a Space.com partner site. But it's a dynamic environment, so nothing is forever. So unless we take action to protect those sites, then natural forces will have their way. Fact number 5. Believe it or not, it actually is just a coincidence, and a happy one at that. The moon and sun have virtually the same angular size in our sky, because the sun is about 400 times wider than the moon, but it's also about 400 times farther away. This allows us to see spectacular coronal displays and prominences during total solar eclipses. Interestingly, this hasn't always been the case. Tidal interactions cause the moon to spiral about 1 inch per year away from Earth. In the distant past, the moon was close enough to Earth so that it could block the sun's entire disk and then some. Our pre-human ancestors would not have witnessed the beautiful coronal displays that we now enjoy. And about 50 million years from now, the moon will be far enough away so that our descendants will only see annular eclipses. So why do we happen to live in the brief period of Earth's history when the moon just barely blocks the sun? Indeed, the odds against it are enormous. But the universe is a large enough place so that highly improbable coincidences can and do occur. It's important to note, however, that even today, some solar eclipses are annular, because the Earth and Moon have elliptical orbits. The universe is stranger than we can imagine, from black holes that whisper across light years, to moon footprints that could last millions of years, to Earth's most extreme temperatures, space debris. Explore more mysteries with us and never stop wondering. And eclipses that align by cosmic coincidence. Which fact blew your mind the most?